Hey guys, Dev here, and welcome to my realistic pre-BiS list for Season of Discovery. Everything in this list is very attainable. I'm not using any world drops. Everything either comes from quests, it's crafted, or light dungeon farming. Just get straight into the video, enjoy. If you do use it, feel free to hit a sub. Thanks everyone. For the first item on our list, we've got Shores of Westfall. So this is a quest reward from the final step in the Defias Brotherhood quest chain. This involves a Dead Mines run and taking out Van Cleef. This is one of the first items you can work on. So there's a fair bit of running around involved in this quest chain, so just get started on it early. You can start it as low as level 14, and I would recommend getting this one out of the way so you can pick this item up on your first Dead Mines run. Speaking of the Dead Mines, while you're in there, we're going to be farming our Pre-BiS weapon, which is Cruel Barb. This works really well with Seal of the Martyr, being weapon damage based, and this is a slow, hard-hitting one-hander. You might need to do quite a few Dead Mines runs to get this done. As soon as you can comfortably tank Dead Mines, I'd be working on it, farming it until you get this. Even if it involves running Dead Mines until, let's say, 21, 22, it's no problem, just try and get this weapon. Once you've completed Dead Mines, don't forget to loot the unsent letter. This is going to kick off a quest chain, which will eventually result in you running stockades, doing a few more quests after that, eventually rewarding your Pre-BiS ring, Seal of Rin. So bit of a quest chain, but if you're thinking about this when you start at the Dead Mines, you'll have this by 25, or be able to get it shortly after. Stockade's last boss is 29, so I would consider waiting until 25 to do your stocks run. Okay, for Cloak, I've offered a quest item reward here. I do want to speak just quickly, if you're running heaps of Dead Mines and you're either pugging or not running with guildies, and you get the Cloak, Cape of the Brotherhood, I wouldn't put time into getting this quest chain done. As these cloaks are relatively comparable, but for me I was always running with guildies, and every time it dropped I would much rather see the Cloak of the Brotherhood go to a physical DPS. They get a lot more out of it. So this is the cloak that I ended up picking up. It starts from a quest chain in Ratchet and takes you into Stone Talon Mountains. It's about 4 quests long. It's a little bit of running around, but it's not a difficult quest chain, and you end up finishing with a mob up on the big wooden walkway where we saw all those hardcore deaths. I would only go for this if you are a Paladin. If you're a warrior watching this guide, I would just be need rolling on Cloak of the Brotherhood because you guys scale off crit a lot better than Paladins do. Okay, next up, I'm going to tell you to farm another dungeon drop. This one was pretty hard for me to get, but apparently the other groups in the guild saw it drop often. This is going to be Commander's Crest from SFK. I had to do quite a few runs for this, but you can start farming it about level 22 comfortably, and that gives you 3 levels. You got to get the XP anyway. You might as well farm a nice blue shield. So this is where I spent my last 3 levels. By also focusing on 1 or 2 dungeon pieces, it means you don't eat up a lot of quests, and then when you hit 25, you're going to have stacks and stacks of gold available from all the quests that you haven't done. And there are a couple of crafted BOEs where you're going to need that gold. So let's move on. Okay, as you do start to amass a little bit of gold, I would start putting it into the 4 BOE items that we're going to use for this. Now, these are all crafted. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you to go out and buy some crazy world drop items for this realistic BiS list. So the 4 pieces that we're going to do are the silvered bronze shoulders. These are a stam, strength, spirit shoulder. They cost about a gold worth of mats at the moment. Next up is going to be the shining silver breastplate. This is a blue item. It's 14 strength, 6 stamina. Now this can be upgraded if you are a blacksmith into the epic version afterwards, which is really good for tanking. Provides a debuff on the boss that makes the boss take more damage, or the mob, if you're doing trash pulls. Now, if you are not max blacksmithing, don't stress too hard. Even if you get a blacksmith to make the shining silver breastplate, you can upgrade it later on to your epic one, even if it's made by somebody else. So just get this made. One of the hardest bits to get is the pearls for this pattern. They drop from Murloc clams, which are quite a low drop rate. So you're either going to have to throw some gold at the AH or get out there and farm some Murlocs. I was able to pick mine up. I got them for 2.5 gold each, but depending on your server, that might vary. Most of the value of this is the pearls getting this made. If by any chance you do get the blue from the rare drop in SFK while you're farming your shield, I would skip getting the shining silver breastplate right now because the other piece has a lot more stamina on it. And I will say, if you are tight on gold, don't stress too hard. You can go for the cheaper silvered bronze breastplate. The mats for that are much more reasonable if the pearls are super expensive on your server, and you'll only be losing a little bit of threat and not a lot of survivability. So just remembering as well, the shoulders can be equipped at level 20, the breastplate at 24, Next up, these boots can also go on at 24. These are going to be the green iron boots. So 3 strength and 7 stamina. Mats for these aren't too bad. While you're there finding a blacksmith, get him to make your green iron gauntlets as well. This is 5 strength, 6 stamina. So it is a BOE, but it's crafted. And if you're on my server, which is Shadow Strike AU, feel free to reach out. I can make all these items as well as shield spikes. And if you mention this video, I'll give you a free coupon for your crafts for free. Otherwise, most good blacksmiths should be able to make all of these for you on your server. Now this section you want to probably be 25 for, because these are some high level quests. Some of them involve killing 29 or 30 level mobs. So the first piece is going to be Bestial Manacles, so 1 strength, 6 stamina, male wrists. This comes from a quest chain over in Ashenvale. The final quest here is Fallen Sky Lake. And this quest chain involves helping someone that has fallen sick. It's about 5 quests. It kicks off from a quest chain that begins with Bathran's Her. That quest chain starts from the west of Ashenvale. If you do want any information on these quests, by the way, I will have a little channel in my Discord with Wowhead links and all of these items pinned, so you can just have a quick jump in there and click through to all the quests without having to go look everything up. Discord link is in description. Once you've got these, I would suggest going for a Pre-BiS belt. Now this belt should last you a while. It's only replaced by quite a rare drop BOE. So this is Belt of the Stars. So for this you'll need your bronze tube. You'll need to head over to Darkshire, starting a little quest chain that eventually resolves in getting the Ogre's Monocle from the Ogre Mind. I did need a group for this, so we went in with a group of 4 and were able to clear it quite easily, giving this very nice belt. Next up is a really nice ring. So there are a couple of different ring options, but this is one that's 100% guaranteed. So it starts from picking up a letter in the span between the highlands and the wetlands. So you need to jump off the bridge, jump down, swim, get a weapon. Really, really nice quest chain here. To take it back to Ironforge, give it to the person's wife that died. A little bit of trivia here, but I looked this up when I first did it during original Loremaster, and this is a real letter that was written by a soldier in wartime that he wrote for his wife, and he actually perished shortly after writing this letter. So Blizzard incorporated it into the game, which was kind of cool to see. I'm glad I had the experience to read this. So while you're doing the quest, I do suggest having a read of the letter. It's quite nice. The rest of this quest chain involves building a statue to commemorate the fallen soldier. So you'll be heading to the Yeti Cave just north of South Shore, collecting some granite, bring it back to the statue maker, and that wraps up this quest chain. Last but not least, if you're not an engineer, I would suggest getting the Spark Metal Coif. This is the elite quest line in Darkshire. There's not a lot of head options at 25. Quite a long quest chain, quite a good bit of gold for getting it done. So from the strength, we're going to get a little bit more threat and 168 armor. Not the best helm. You'll be replacing this relatively quickly when you see a head drop in the raid, but it's something on your head. If you're an engineer, I'd just make some engineering goggles with some stam and call it done. Finally, and probably the least important thing to be farming, but something you want to do at some point, is once you've got all the rest of your pre-BiS, I would be farming some PvP and some Ashenvale. I've just seen, as of making this video, they fixed Ashenvale this morning, so it's looking a lot better, a lot easier to get some rep. So Rune of Duty, it's a 4 stamina, 3 health every 5 seconds. It's a trinket where there's not many available right now. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. Feel free to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below what pieces you're chasing from this list, and I'll see you in the next one.